Hello, and welcome back to the Masked News Network. Now, I know what you're wondering. Who am I? Anyways, we're going to be talking about how what Elon did wasn't a Roman salute. Welcome in, everyone. Remember, in this conversation, we are going to operate by certain principles or ground rules that I assume may change from video to video as I expand. But the first one is, we must be intellectually honest with each other. What does that mean? It means we discuss things with the purpose of finding the truth, which is what is, not what we would like it to be. So sympathies and dislikes do not play a role here. Only what is and what isn't under fair and reasonable points of view. The second ground rule is that we're going to disagree. And that's okay. Does that count as a ground rule? It should. Disagreement is okay, but if you find yourself to be convinced and deny it for the sake of maintaining your previous stance, you are suffering from a psychological condition that hits us all at one point or another. More on that later. And worse than all of that, you are doing yourself a disservice as a person. Ground rule number 3. Relax. You're talking with strangers on the internet. Now, let's get started.
And I just want to say thank you.
Anyway, let's look at one of these tech billionaire oligarchs speaking at the inauguration.
My heart goes out to you.
Did he just see Kyle?
It is thanks to you that the future of civilization. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
Can we get another angle of that, actually? Okay. There's been a lot of discourse by mostly people who I assume are big Elon Musk fans, but maybe also by people who are incredulous that someone would sig hail in an American presidential inauguration and get cheered for it, as to whether that gesture was meant to be a Roman salute or a schmotzy salute. It was a schmotzy salute, and the reason I can feel reasonably certain about this is because Elon Musk is a smart man, as most would agree. And you better agree, because if you think that he's stupid, then it lends to the strength of the argument of the Roman salute. And because he is a smart man, he knows that after the events of World War II, that some symbols were no longer going to carry the same weight and significance that they used to. I, for instance, would not be at all mad at someone suggesting that I was a schmotzy if I showed up sporting this mustache and religious symbol. I can try as hard as I want to convince him that I am simply showing off my Charlie Chaplin impression as a devout Buddhist, but they probably wouldn't believe me, and I wouldn't blame them, because of the significance of the symbology after the events of World War II. We're being intellectually honest here, remember. So, what that means is that we're looking for horses, not zebras. It would be weird of me to assume that the hoof prints in the grass here in North America belong to a zebra, despite technically being possible, right? And it's similarly weird to assume that Elon suddenly whipped out an obscure Roman salute when the much more reasonable option is to assume the other one. But let's play devil's advocate, okay? And I'm going to say that I really was a Charlie Chaplin impressionist and a devout Buddhist. No malintent at all. I would still be, either way, either very naive or so bizarrely ignorant about that subject that I could not feel irritated with anyone for taking offense to what I'm wearing now and how I'm grooming myself. And unless you think Mr. Musk is so naive or ignorant on this subject that the conditions I mentioned are being met, it feels significantly more likely that he meant the modern interpretation of the salute. That said, I urge you to go a little easy on the people who are defending him. We as humans don't do that well when our values or our interests are put into question. It's actually exceedingly difficult for some, to the point where it's been studied. When your values are in conflict with your actions, the resulting discomfort is called cognitive dissonance. And one of the most common ways to fix that discomfort or dissonance is to change the narrative of the new threatening knowledge. In this case, suspending disbelief in favor of maintaining a positive view of Elon Musk. Very likely just because they liked Elon, not because they are schmatzy sympathizers. So go easy on your uncle at family gatherings. I personally stopped caring for Elon right around the time he tanked my Dogecoin by going on Saturday Night Live, but this certainly didn't help. If we want real change to happen in the hearts and minds of the people we care about, we are far more likely to find success and gain ground through reasoning and understanding than insults and hostility. If that's your purpose, of course. If you just want to yell and express your displeasure, you have at it, baby. I understand. But we will do better for society and for the people around us if we try to find common ground and address inaccuracies with intellect and empathy. We want to be the change that we want to see in the world, and that's not always easy. That does leave a big question, though. Is Elon Musk a schmatzy? Hard to say. When I use the term, I mean it in the sense that someone has such strong opinions about race that they would justify the harm of someone based on race, as well as wanting to expand those policies to the government. I could very well see Elon Musk having done that just to stick it to the woke mob, without necessarily identifying himself as a schmatzy. Now, I wrote this, and a few moments later, I saw this.
The audio I'm hearing from my side is I can't hear you. So hopefully this is coming through. Please confirm that you can hear me okay?
Yes.
I don't know, raise your hand or something. Okay, all good?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. I think some things that, something I think that is just very important is that people take pride in Germany and being German. This is very important. It's okay to be proud to be German. This is a very important principle. It's okay, it's good to be proud of German culture, German values, and not to lose that in some sort of multiculturalism that
He didn't really say anything too crazy. I also don't see why a modern German should feel guilty over something they didn't do. It's a little suspect, though, that you showed up to a right-wing German rally and talked about this right after he did that mustache man salute in America. I don't think it's unfair to say that he's a sympathizer, to some extent. It is what it is. If you have some evidence to the contrary, let me know and we'll talk about it. Until then, don't do the Roman salute to give your heart to people. If you want to do something really Roman.
Sorry, I didn't realize we were bringing back Roman Greetings 2025. A salute's not the way to go because it's not really a thing. However, if you do want to give a very masculine greeting to your bros, you could always give them a kiss. It's very Roman. Give your bro a smooch. And none of this cheek nonsense, right on the mouth. It's so Roman. Hell, Marshall writes about it in his epigrams. It's seen as the ultimate sign of fraternal love. Kiss your bros.
And with that, thank you for watching the Masked News Network. There's going to be a lot to come in the future, and I look forward to seeing your smiling faces in the comments. Until next time, my friends.